I will save you a year worth of trading by showing you exactly what I learned after live trading in front of hundreds of people for a year, and it completely revolutionized my trading. I mean, yes, I was profitable when I started trading, but the trader that I am today, the 7-figure funded futures trader that I am today, would not happen had it not been for this journey. So before we start, thank you for everyone who has tuned in after over a year of streaming, the good, the bad, the amazing, and the Forex accounts being taken away. But yeah, let's get straight to it. I had 3 major problems which were preventing me from getting consistent payouts, but more importantly, they were preventing me from actually being able to scale my accounts properly. I'll dive more into that later. Now, the first problem that I was having is I was way too zoned in and lasered into my edge. I was not accounting for different market conditions, and now I want you to ask yourself, have there been times where you have a really good winning streak, you win 6, 7, 8 trades in a row, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks later it seems like stop loss after stop loss after stop loss, and you think like, hey, what happened to my trading? What happened to my edge? That happened to me. For those of you guys that were there in the live trading lab, my first week there we made over 15R, which is impressive in my opinion, right? And then the second week we made 8R, and then the third week we made 7R. But then 2 weeks later we lost 3 trades in a row and went no trade for 2 days. Then the week after that, we lost 2 trades, went no trade, had a break-even trade, then another break-even trade. And it seemed like nothing was working at the time. Then again, it happened in November, right? November was a pretty rough month for us this last 2 weeks, as we had stop loss, break-even. I think I had like 6 break-even trades in a row. And that's when you got to zoom out. Why? Because I was going on these losing streaks and break-even streaks without even knowing why. And then I realized something. I was way too attached to certain confluences, and I really got frustrated at myself because I had studied trading for over 2 years, and I know that my arsenal of confluences expands over 12 or 13 different things that I use in my trading day in and day out. Yet for some reason, I was only focusing on 4 or 5 things, which was the 1-minute time frame, quarterly liquidity, displacement, and an IFEG, which is clearly not enough to make a trade. But I made some good money from it, so it's not like it's bad. How did I fix this? Again, zoomed out into the higher time frames, understood like, hey, listen, this is not working right now. This was working really good during trending markets, during high volatility. The markets right now are as choppy as it gets. So why thank you, YouTube, for not demonetizing, even though we're not monetized. Are you not actually like focusing on what's going on? Then as I realized, okay, it's choppy markets, so let me actually focus on internal liquidity. Let me actually focus on higher time frame rejections. Let me actually focus on using the 10 a.m. CRT. And that got me a lot better. For those of you that were there during the 2nd and 3rd weeks of December, we made, I think it was like 16R. In those 2 weeks when everybody else was saying, don't trade these markets, it's the last month of the year. Like, you don't even know why you're saying that, bro. You're just saying that because you want to go on vacation or you can't win a trade for a jack. But yeah, so that's funny. Again, and I'll touch more on that topic, but I think every single influencer in the trading industry is wrong, including myself, because there's no one way to view the markets, and it's not like you can't trade this. People will say don't trade no news Mondays, yet for me, no news Mondays, I'll be making like 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s, catching 400 ticks like it's nothing, and then everybody's like, don't touch the market. Why not, bro? Shut up. Now back to the topic. The second thing that I learned during during this year of live trading, which actually really helped my trading a lot, was learning how to identify my high probability trades. I remember when I first started, I think it was the first like 3 months maybe on Kick, I was just taking trades which I felt good about. I was like, okay, this looks like a good trade, without taking into context, hey, how has this setup played out before? Hey, how do setups at this time play out? Hey, with these confluences, should I go in full position or no? I was just risking 1% on every trade, to be honest. And then I realized, hey, if I put more money into the trades that play out better and put less money into the trades that, again, you're not going to know, oh, it's going to play out good. Like, of course you can't call that. But if you put less money into the trades, which usually don't give as much risk to reward or as many points or don't play out as much, but they're still a good trade, you identify that. So because I was feeling the pressure of having tons of eyeballs on me, and because I was feeling the pressure to prove myself as profitable and as a great trader, because again, if you're trading live and people are copying my trades, it's my responsibility to myself to be the best trader I can be, because I know that there's guys out there, oh yeah, well, they're just copying because they want to. Like, no, dude, you're offering like your entertainment, of course, but you're putting yourself out there. There's going to be people that are going to trust you, and I do not take that lightly. So what I decided to do was, hey, let me actually focus. And I grabbed a ton of data with TradeZilla. I grabbed my journal. I grabbed like I think it was like 70 trades I had taken. And I literally wrote down every single factor and every single trade. And then I realized I broke my trades down into 4 categories. The big winners, the break evens, and the losers. And then I said, what characteristics do the winners have that are so different from the losers? Or hey, what characteristics do the big winners have in comparison to the small winners? And after I realized that it mainly came down to 3 things. It was time of day, it was the higher time frame confluences that were aligning, and it was liquidity. So I focused, hey, on the losers, it's when I focus on only liquidity. So let me start taking trades based off of price action and then look at liquidity, not doing the other way around. And then on the big winners, what I realized is, dude, when we get a reaction from 3 zones that are at the same like level, for example, if we have like a 1 hour gap, a 15-minute gap, and a 5-minute order block, like all lining up with each other, those zones are usually gonna print. So those setups is where I'm like full degen, let's go to the casino, long GameStop, let's go. And it really helped me out, because learning how to identify those trades showed me that, hey, I don't need to be taking all these trades to be profitable. I just need to take the trades which have the highest quality, and I'm going to end up making more money than if I took more trades. So that was really a key moment for me. And then lastly, I had this skill from before, because again, I used to own a sneaker business. I did e-commerce for a while. I was all over the place, and I'm really good at pivoting and adapting. But one thing is doing it, the other way is showing people how to do it and teaching it. And I did this because MetaTrader screwed me over. Not only MetaTrader, but other prop firms. Shout out FundNext and Bespoke. Yeah, denied payouts. Let's go. And after denied payouts, and then because of MetaTrader, because I'm in the US, FTMO, I lost all my funding from there. I was max allocated. Then again, Funded Engineer went on a pause, like on a hiatus. You guys remember that. Then MetaTrader, MetaQuotes, I had 2 other prop firms, which I lost. Point being, I lost $1.6 million in funds in a span of 72 hours. Yes, I did punch a hole in my wall, in my closet. But what happens is, I could have just started crying. I could have gone on Twitter on a 1-month rant trying to expose everyone. I could have contacted different trading podcasts and be like, oh, let's expose these. Nah, what did I do? There were several guys who had told me about futures. So shout out Antonio Russo, Big Gains Club. He told me in Miami, like, dude, why do you trade Forex, not futures? I was like, man, I don't know, whatever. Didn't pay much attention to it. And then I saw other guys in futures. I saw TJ, I saw Antonio, I saw many, even ICT himself, he trades futures. And then, funny enough, I learned my main mentor, Larry Williams, he trades futures. So I was like, dude, why is Larry trading futures? I learned from Larry, why am I not trading futures? Kind of dumb on my side, I agree. So then I decided to switch over to futures instead of crying and be like, oh, they owe me. Like, yeah, dude, I'm still owed money. Guess what? I'm not going to get it. Boo-hoo-hoo. But being able to adapt into futures and literally in less than 2 weeks be already funded with $500,000, again, live on stream. This happened December. And then by the 3rd week of January, I was already funded with $500,000, all trades taken on stream, which shows, hey, if you face a wall, you pivot, you adapt, and you go towards the next open door, because that's even how life is going to be. Like, all the time you need to pivot and adapt, because the second that you stopped, or you get stopped, not stopped out of trade, but the second that you stop and you freeze up, you're going to get screwed over nasty. It's going to be bad. So I learned how to pivot and adapt, and this happens in your trades and giving up on a trade idea. This happens in your strategy on focusing on the higher time frames. There are several guys in my group who are like super zoned in on something, and I tell them like, yo, dude, instead of like, being super hard-headed, no, because this used to work. Guess what, bro? The market is always changing. And there's this quote by Ray Dalio. I was reading this book on Hedge Fund Wizards, actually, super good book, which says like, dude, the best traders are the ones that break the rules naturally the most. What I mean by the rules, because if you like, again, don't break your risk management rules, whatnot, but if you have like a super set of rules which is actually hurting your profitability, which is like focus on quarterly liquidity, guess what, bro? If we're in volatile markets, quarterly liquidity does not mean jack. Sure, what it means is, hey, you can still use it, but instead of making it your like sole reliant and your bible for trading, just do your overall analysis, focus on price action, and then incorporate it. Because if you're super reliant on one thing and it's not working, but you're still super reliant on it, guess what? Your edge doesn't work. And if the markets are ever changing, why isn't your strategy adapting to these ever changing markets? And those were the 3 biggest lessons that trading taught me. So I hope it helps you guys in some way, right? Adapting, high probability, focus on actually, when you're losing, boom, look at something else. And yeah, guys, that's really what helped me. But now, if you want to know about, again, I'm not making these videos for like super clickbait, super this. The YouTube is going to be raw advice. It's going to be real. I'm shaping the everything. But yeah, if you just want to see exactly how I trade and understand my edge, there's a video. It's going to pop up right now. You can go watch that. And it's basically the fundamentals of what I look for when I trade. So yeah, subscribe if you want. Peace out.